This PowerPoint has been prepared for the CCNFP no-cost program for teaching natural family planning. It is based on the assumption that a woman has learned about or refreshed her knowledge of the ovulation methods, cervical mucus. The use of ovulation predictor kits, or LH tests, should not be used alone for NFP, but they can be used with the ovulation methods to observe and track cervical mucus. The woman's menstrual cycle and her peak fertility, the woman's hormone that triggers ovulation. This presentation explains the surge in the luteinizing hormone, LH, that a woman may experience in her menstrual cycle to be used as a secondary test to predict ovulation in conjunction with the current protocol of cervical mucus methods for avoiding or achieving pregnancy. The woman can use ovulation predictor kits, OPKs, or LH strips to detect when the LH surge is about to occur in her menstrual cycle. The CCNFP no-cost NFP training program does not provide free OPKs or LH strips. We will discuss some of them and the best prices we know. A woman can use this information to optimize her chances of conceiving, or she can use it to avoid pregnancy naturally. It is suggested that you use Easy at Home or Premom strips in conjunction with the Premom app. It is optional. These strips have been tested and compared in some research studies. The LH surge occurs approximately on cycle day 14 to 16 in regular menstrual cycles, 28 to 30 days, of reproductive aged 20 to 42-year-old women with a healthy body weight. The LH surge is required for ovulation. The LH surge begins 24 to 36 hours before ovulation, when her estrogen is at peak levels, peak-type mucus, and it takes approximately 3 days to return to its baseline. Because the LH surge occurs before ovulation, women should learn to confidently identify the LH surge by using OPKs or LH strips from Easy at Home or Premom. A typical LH surge has either a rapid increase, spike, or a gradual increase, biphasic or plateau. The LH surge reaches a peak and then decreases to a low value during the following day or days. Most women, 98%, need just one LH surge to induce ovulation, and in those cases, the LH returns to their baseline levels. There are two types of OPKs or LH strips, those that are qualitative, Easy at Home, and quantitative, Premom. Both will give you two lines, control and test lines, and they will provide a positive or negative result and an increase or decrease in LH levels as you test. 1. Easy at Home. Qualitative. It means that you are comparing the intensity of the pink color of the two lines. When the intensity of the testing line is as dark or greater than the control line, the woman has reached the LH peak or a positive result. The woman will recognize if she is close to ovulation, using the app, when she starts having levels above 0.5. Score. 2. Premom. Quantitative. It means that a woman is getting levels, units, for the LH surge by using a reference color chart. 1. The woman will match the color of her testing line with the color of the reference line to determine if she is close to ovulation or not. If she is over reference level 10, she needs to continue testing to reach higher levels above 15 or greater. She may ovulate within 24 to 36 hours. 2. Negative or low, between 0 to 10. 3. Positive, greater than 15 until 80. We recommend that you score your results visually and with the app. Optional. How to score your results with qualitative strips. Low or negative. It corresponds to a negative result when only the control line is deep pink, and there is no line on the test line, or a very faint line, some pink color. You may get scores lower than 0.5 when using the app. High. It corresponds to a test line darker than that of a 0.5 score, but not as dark as the control line. This indicates that she needs a couple of more hours to get into the LH peak. The app scores will be greater than 0.5 and less than 1. Peak. It corresponds to a test line darker than the control line. This is a positive result or a score greater than 1. How to score your results with quantitative strips. Low or negative. It corresponds to a negative result when the LH levels are between 0 and 10 units. High. It corresponds to an LH level greater than 15 units and less than 25. Peak. It corresponds to an LH level equal to or greater than 25 units. Some women have levels between 11 to 25 when they ovulate. Most women have levels greater than 25 when they ovulate. Using the qualitative tests. we recommend women start testing for the LH surge using a test strip, see graphic, starting on cycle day 6 of their cycles with concentrated urine, i.e. 3 to 4 hour urine after her last void, in the late afternoon or early evening. The woman can also use LH strips when mucus or sensation changes are unclear, or when she starts her fertile window based on cervical mucus. The number of LH test strips that a couple will use is approximately 9+ days per cycle, and more if their cycles are longer than 35 days. There are some requirements to accurately test LH in urine and interpret its changes during the menstrual cycle. These tests are for women with regular cycles between 20 to 42 years old. Once the woman is familiar with the LH surge, her unique LH scores or values, it will assist her in knowing that ovulation is about to occur. Women with PCOS, irregular cycles, or perimenopause shouldn't use qualitative LH testing alone. They could have more than one LH surge per cycle, or levels lower than the average woman. They need medical advice. Early in her menstrual cycle, a woman's LH levels should be low or negative. The qualitative values will be less than a score of 0.5, and the quantitative values will be between 0 to 10. When she is at her highest level of estrogen and one of her follicles is nearing maturity, the pituitary gland is stimulated to release the LH. The woman will detect the surge of LH by observing the test line increasing in pink color, or higher levels of LH. The qualitative values will be greater than a score of 0.5, see graphic, and the quantitative values will be greater than 15. The LH surge triggers the release of an egg, ovum, from its follicle, ovulation. Ovulation will occur within 24 to 36 hours after the occurrence of the LH surge. Ovulation, the most important event of a woman's cycle. Once the release of the egg from its follicle, the woman needs to determine when the fertile window will end to resume intercourse, if the couple is postponing pregnancy. 3 negative LH tests in 3 consecutive days may confirm the end of the fertile window. When the woman's LH levels start to decrease to her baseline levels, she may have ovulated. When 3 full 24-hour days in a row with LH negative or low results have been reached, the fertile window ends. If the woman has ovulated, the LH levels will continue being negative, between 0 and 10 using quantitative strips, or low, less than 0.5 using qualitative strips, until the end of the cycle. Requirements: to use OPKs to predict ovulation and the end of the fertile phase of her menstrual cycle, the woman needs to have regular cycles between 22 to 42 days in length, and her age should be between 20 to 42 years old. She needs to use a concentrated urine every day, 3 to 4 hours between voids, and when she starts seeing an increase of the LH levels, she needs to test twice a day until detecting the highest concentration of LH peak. She needs to chart at least 3 complete cycles to determine the cycle day where her LH surges. Things that can cause errors in detecting her LH surge: irregular cycles, very long or short; amenorrhea, 3 months without menstruation; PCOS, perimenopause, pregnancy, obesity or overweight, infertility. NFP methods that include LH testing: symptohormonal methods, Marquette model, hormonal testing plus BBT and/or mucus; fertility education medical management, LH testing and/or mucus; types of OPKs or LH strips. Qualitative, easy at home. Each strip costs 30 cents. Quantitative, pre-mom. Each strip costs 90 cents. Question: which one should a woman use and why? Answer: qualitative is best for women with regular menstrual cycles, 28 to 30 days, and a reproductive age of 20 to 42 years old and a healthy body weight. Quantitative is best for women with PCOS, irregular cycles, and perimenopause, or for those women whose qualitative strips couldn't detect the LH surge. Pros and cons of using LH strips. It is an objective measure to predict ovulation if the LH surge is detected. The probability to ovulate is between 98% in women with regular cycles and between 20 to 42 years old. It is required that the woman tracks her cervical mucus, or another biomarker such as hormonal testing, estrogen, to identify the beginning of the fertile window and confirm ovulation using BBT or progesterone.